Hello everyone, today I'm going to be showing you how to use Spark AR to create a graduation filter for Instagram and Facebook. This tutorial is going to show you how to create a graduation hat filter that will follow the subject's head, as well as a sticker that will hold your school or grad logo. This can be used for either creating digital or print yearbooks, collecting grad photos, or making a virtual graduation video.
Congratulations, class of 2020.
Step 1, kind of obviously, you need to download the program Spark AR. This is currently a free program being provided by Facebook. All the links and tools you'll need are in the video description below. Once you open the program, the landing page looks like this. You're going to start with a blank project. Let's go over some basic tools first. If you want to zoom, scroll backwards and forwards on your mouse. If you want to get a different view, hold on to Control and click and drag your mouse around the screen to rotate the view. If you would like to get a different perspective, you can hold on to Alt and drag your mouse from side to side. You can also click on the View button at the top left to change your perspective. This program comes with a model that will show you what your filter is going to look like. Click on the camcorder to change the model to different models, I guess. And you can also click on the webcam to test out the filter yourself. Hey everyone! Now press pause to stop your model from moving, and let's get started on your project. Our first step is going to be creating a grad hat filter. Start by pressing Add Object and click on Face Tracker, which is going to be the first option. This is going to allow the hat to follow the movements of the head rather than stay in a specific spot like a sticker. Next, right-click on Face Tracker in the Scene panel and add a face mesh. This will give us a 3D image of the face rather than the 2D model. To get a better view, click on Material to fill it with a gradient paint. And I'm going to rename this material Face Mesh. And now we can see a better 3D model of what the face looks like. Our next step is to add a face occluder. This is a tool that will help hide the parts of the face hide the parts of the hat that would normally be covered by a full-size head. Click on the second link in the description box, and from Spark AR you can download the face reference assets. This is going to download a zip file which you will need to unzip and open. Inside the file you can open face assets and mesh, and you are going to look for face occluder OBJ file. Click and drag that onto your face tracker. If you press play, it should move, but if it doesn't, you can just click and drag it onto the face tracker again. And obviously this face occluder is way too big, so we need to scale it down. I took a few hours to experiment and finally came up with the correct proportions for this project in particular. Go to my Google Doc cheat sheet and input the numbers in the order that you see them, starting with the default object, the scale 0.13, 0.13, 0.13, and then the face occluder. There are manual resizing tools at the top. The first adjusts scale, second rotation, and third position. And you can use it to manually readjust the size of the face occluder. See here that I'm going to, let me get a better view. Click on one of the squares and you can drag to make it bigger and smaller, and adjust it on the X and Y axis and the Z. However, please muck around with this after you've inputted my numbers, as the scaling is relative and won't work afterwards. The first item to adjust is the default object under head occluder. You simply need to adjust the scale to 0.13, 0.13, 0.13. You can already see how it fits the face mesh a lot better. The second item to adjust is the face occluder itself. The numbers here are pretty complex, so feel free to copy and paste them into the corresponding boxes. The numbers are here as well if you can copy them in time. It does look a little weird at the end of it with the face mesh, but believe me, I took a lot of experimentation to make sure that it is what you need for this project. Okay, we don't need the face mesh anymore, so we're going to toggle off the visibility. In order to do that, we need to click on the face mesh, and then beside visibility, you're going to turn off that check mark. We're also going to make a material or a fill for the head occluder so we can see the face behind it. Click on default object, the default material, and click new material. Rename that new material face occluder, and then drag the opacity on the right hand side to about 40%. All right, let's get that hat on. Go to the asset panel and you're going to click on add asset. Import from AR library and search for graduation hat and select import. Specifically, you want this one right here. This will lead you to a website that you will need to sign up for, but it is free, and once you're done, the hat should be imported into the asset panel. You can see it pop up on the left right there. Click and drag that hat onto the face tracker. Click and drag. This hat is going to be too big and on a weird rotation, so as I mentioned before, please see the Google Doc cheat sheet to import the numbers to resize it properly. These numbers are going to be right here. Position, scale, and rotation. You can just copy and paste these in, or like me, you can just input the numbers by hand. Once you're done inputting, you can click on the manual adjustment tools, but be careful as it literally took me a few hours to get this hat to fit right. Yes. So the next step is going to be coloring the hat. In order to do so, you need to click on the material icon below the hat. So you're gonna click on the asset panel, you can see that material, click on that. And then from there, you can select a color. My school colors are have red, so I chose red, but you can choose quite literally any color that you want, and then press OK. You can toggle around and work with the metallic and the roughness just to get the right look that you want. But after that's done, your hat is ready. You can click play to preview the filter, and you can also connect to your device and test it by selecting Test on Device. The last part of our tutorial is going to be creating the sticker. It helps to differentiate your filter from just a graduation hat. I made mine on Pixlr and Canva, and it contains our school name, mascot, and the phrase 2020 graduate. To do this, click on the scene panel and click on Add Object, select Canvas, and then in the scene panel, right click on the canvas, Add Object, and select a rectangle. There it is. We will need to position this logo. You can use the numbers in the Google cheat sheet, but keep in mind that I intended my students to take a front-facing photo and not a selfie. If you want your students to take a selfie, you'll want that logo further down using the manual resizing tools. This will also help if your sticker doesn't end up being the same dimensions as my own. To add your logo onto this rectangle, click on the rectangle and select Material. Create new material, and I'm going to label it School Logo. Then on the right, select Choose File next to Texture, and it will prompt you to locate your image file. Click on it and it will fill the rectangle with your image. Sweet. I thought I was done, but I forgot about the face occluder. So what you need to do is you need to click on face occluder material in the assets panel, and you're going to drag the opacity to 0. Then you can preview your filter. Remember, you're looking at the small screen on the left to see what it looks like on a device, or you can connect to your device to the computer and select Send to Device to preview on the app Spark AR Player. If the placement of the sticker doesn't work for you, remember you can always use the manual resizing tools to move it around. When you are done finalizing your filter, we're going to export it a simple way. First, click on Test on Device, Send to App, and click on Instagram and Facebook separately to generate the links. These links will open in Instagram and Facebook as testers, but will still allow you to take pictures immediately with these filters. So once you've select send, it will generate a link and you can click on test link and you can copy that link for your students. On my Google Classroom, I included instructions and links in the assignment so that students can open them on their devices to take photos with. I also included a video on how to take the photos and a picture with the requirements. Keep in mind that not all students will have access to Instagram or Facebook, so I also included an option for students to send me a regular photo with which I would just add a graduation hat and logo using pixlr.com, which is kind of like a free online Photoshop. The link from the tester will allow 200 views per day. If you need more or would like to make your filter public, click on upload and follow the instructions to upload the filter onto Spark AR. Keep in mind this process can take about 7 to 10 days to be approved. Anyways, that is it for this video. Thank you for watching and good luck with planning your virtual graduations. Bye!